Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon Go update vlog. This vlog is recorded on my day 28 of Pokemon Go, almost a full month. It is Thursday, August 4th. I'm going to go over some news, some tips, some stories about what I've been playing, and some stats, as well as shout out some of my friends who have sent me screen captures of their Pokemon, etc. So let's just jump right in. By now this is probably old news, but there was yet another patch to the game. There seems to be some stability increases, which is always good. But I will note a huge negative for me, probably the biggest negative, is that Pokemon seem to be a lot harder to catch, and in fact their escape rate seems to have been bumped up pretty significantly. I would say about 1/3 of the Pokemon I encounter now are running away, and it seems like as you get higher level, it's actually harder to catch Pokemon of the same CP, where you would think it should be the reverse. The better you get as a trainer, the more easily you catch the Pokemon. But I guess, Niantic they just don't understand Pokemon. I'm not going to go into all of the other design flaws, but I'm enjoying the game. Now, they removed the little faulty step counter. Basically, they just took off the number of footprints from the nearby radar. But despite the public outcry, that doesn't bother me. What does bother me is that nearby list now seems completely random. There are Pokemon showing up on my nearby list that never show up in the map, and vice versa. Pokemon showing up in the map that never show up in the nearby list. It just is a mess right now. They know it. They're working on it. On another positive note, they have now added trainer customization. There are not a lot of options, but at least we know this is a function that they're enabling. So as they add different models, clothing, hairstyle, etc., maybe someday I will actually get a trainer that looks somewhat like me. This one's actually pretty significant. If you've done a lot of Pidgey catching and releasing, you know that they have moved the transfer, so you no longer have to scroll all the way down to the bottom and then let the little radar map load. There's a little sub-menu to transfer. It's a little bit quicker, so that's good. I'm not going to cover a lot of the news around the fake Articunos showing up and the public outcry over all of the different things that are going on. Like I said, I've been having fun for 28 days. I'm a collector at heart. I don't care about gym battles. I just want to catch them all. And I will go out of my way to complete my collection. And if they make it easy for me, that's great. If they make it hard for me, then that's just more of a challenge and quite frankly, more of a reward. So everybody getting upset with them as they nerf different features. It's a new game. It exploded in popularity. It will settle down. It will get better. So I'm not going to cover those things in detail. I will mention that I am quite sad that Pokevision was shut down. Pokevision was a website where you could go to basically anywhere in the world and see what Pokemon are spawning there currently. It was a big help when you get to a nest that is spawning Pokemon over like a 200-meter area. You have to walk back and forth a lot. If you have Pokevision, you can pinpoint exactly where they are. Given that the 3-step bug or the nearby list in the game is completely non-functional, I think it was a fair thing to use. But I'm sure that Niantic is going to give us something similar in game. We'll see. Anyway, let's talk about some tips. So this week, if you are in the Chicago, Illinois area, I found a person on Twitter and YouTube called Count Jinsula, who had put together a list of all of the known and confirmed nest locations as of August 1st, and I wanted to applaud him for that effort. I've also been spending a lot of time researching and reading on Reddit and trying things in my own game to try and figure out if Ditto is hiding among our existing Pokemon. Have not found anything yet there. Other than that, I have mostly progressed in the game. by evolving Pokemon. So for example, finally getting a Voltorb to an Electrode and getting up my Whirl to a Poliwrath. I did go, because I was in the area, out to Mount Prospect, Illinois, and I found a Magmar nest at Mellis Park. You can see a video on that. You can also watch my video on the Meowth nest at Cantigny Park in Winfield. Very, very cool park to visit, even if you're not there to catch Pokemon. I also was amusing myself trying to figure out, what can I do with this game while I'm not out walking around? Like, is there some mini game I can do for myself just to amuse myself and maybe you in a video? And I came up with something called Pokemon Brawl. It's basically like Survivor, Pokemon Island. It's a little bit too complicated for the format. I'm going to tone it down for the next video. But I think it's interesting to see that when I took 18 random Pokemon and threw them into a predetermined set of quote-unquote challenges based on their stats, which Pokemon came out as the overall winner at the end of the video. If you want a much simpler game that you can play anywhere and anytime in Pokemon Go, this idea comes from Felonious, and Felonious gave me the idea of Pokemon Bingo. All you have to do is click on your nearby list and pop it open so you can see 9 Pokemon. And if you have any Pokemon in a horizontal, that means across, or vertical means up and down, or diagonal row, 3 in a row, 3 of a kind, you win. And if you get the 4 corners, so the same Pokemon in each of the 4 corners, that's a bonus. If you get 2 rows, that's another bonus. If you get all 9 Pokemon exactly the same on your nearby list, you are the ultimate winner of Pokemon Bingo. So here's, just a fun way to amuse yourself every once in a while with the game. Now, as far as my own progress, I finally got to level 23. I did not use lucky eggs. I just evolved and caught and bred eggs without using lucky eggs this week. I just was being lazy. I have finally caught 99 out of 142. I just need one more Pokemon to get the next level of the Kanto badge. I have seen 102 Pokemon, so I am still on the lookout for an Onix and a Machop, and now I'm adding an Ammonite to the list of Pokemon that got away from me. Very annoying. I have seen shadows of Diglett, but I have not actually seen a Diglett yet. That is like, I think that's the only Pokemon left in the Pokedex I haven't seen that family. All of the rest of the Pokemon that I need, I believe, are either evolves. Like, for example, I have Dratini, but I don't have Dragonite or Dragon Air yet. So I think that's the only one that I have not seen any of the family. And I got a milestone that surprised me, but it's pretty impressive. Apparently, in 28 days, I hit over 1,000 Pokestops. I actually got this 1,000 Pokestops badge. I think it was on day 25, if I remember correctly. So you can do the math, like, what is that, 40 Pokestops a day on average? Oof. Here's a couple pictures and shoutouts from my friends. My son David caught a Hitmonchan. Actually, that's another Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. I have seen their shadows, but have not got one. So I need to find out where he found that Hitmonchan. Baker Bell tweeted out a picture of a level 666 CP Parasect named El Diablo. I got a kick out of that. And my good friend Sean V. Martin is catching up to me in levels. He achieved level 21, and he has a very impressive set of high CP Pokemon. It may not be, high compared to like some of you watching this, but he's beating me in CP in general. So that's just kind of my, super fast update. If you are interested at all in Pokemon nests around Illinois, please do check out. I have a video on Magmar, a video on Meowth, and a video on Charmander. 3 confirmed nests. I'm hoping to find more nests. I'm not going to go like out of my way, like 2 hours or more drive. But if I happen to be in areas where there are confirmed nests, I will definitely check them out. I have a couple on a list. that I will probably do videos about. And that's it for this week. So happy Pokemon Going.